Welcome back to another episode of the Steebee Weebee Show. We have a very special guest tonight. Please welcome back for the second time on the podcast, comedian, writer, and actress, Sierra Katow.
Thank you.
Did I say it?
Oh yeah, that was great. It's like
so
tow
worried.
truck, I guess.
Katow.
Oh, perfect.
So that's,
Nailed
you
it.
said that before we started filming, you said that's Chinese and Japanese.
Right. The name, I guess, is Japanese, but I am also Chinese.
And how did your folks meet? Is your dad Chinese or
My dad is Japanese, and then my mom's Chinese. They met here. I'm like fourth generation.
Yeah.
So my great grandparents came from those respective countries, and then since then everyone's just been hanging out in kind of the Los Angeles area.
Yeah. My brother took one of those DNA tests, blood tests.
Yes.
And lo and behold, we have 10% Japanese blood.
Right.
And when my mom found that out, she was shocked. But it's dude, it's history.
Yeah. There are some things. I mean, I haven't taken one of those, so who knows what I really am, right?
I mean, Genghis Khan did a lot.
Oh, yeah. Everyone's got a little Genghis in them.
I mean, we all got the Mongolian mark above our butts.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the Mongolian bloodline of Genghis Khan, right?
That's a little gang in you.
Because he took over a lot of that, pillaged and did
like
other
a large
things.
part of the world.
Large region. Was it? Would you say it was Siberia, Mongolia, just that whole area?
I believe it. Well, yeah, where present day Mongolia is.
Present day Mongolia.
And then outward.
But the Japanese stood up to the Mongolians.
Okay.
I saw this thing on the History Channel where the Japanese did put up a fight because he had brothers, right? Genghis Khan had brothers, and then with that he made his generals, and they kind of just spread their reign. But Japan, they put up a fight, and the region, it was hard to invade Japan because of the geography.
Island, yeah. You get the sea there to protect you. I think that does help.
Have you been to Japan?
I went once when I was little, probably like 12 years old. So it was a while ago now.
What do you remember?
Maybe I was younger.
Yeah, what do you remember about it?
We did the touristy stuff. So it was Tokyo, Kyoto. Saw a lot of temples.
Yeah.
Ate some good food, of course. I remember loving the vending machines because they displayed the bottles in the window.
What do they have in those things?
In the vending machines, I'm just talking the family friendly like snacks.
Because there's some weirder stuff in those.
Exactly. I didn't see those. Maybe I wasn't going in the right spots, but I was also 12 and I was a girl.
And your folks kept you away from those ones.
Yeah, they said, "Hey, don't let her find those panty ones because she
might
get
hit
excited."
Those machines, the older business Japanese business
that's what
guys?
they say, but I don't know. I didn't see any of those, so who knows? Who knows?
But those guys are into weird stuff too.
Right. Do your own research. That's what I say.
Okay.
Do your own research.
Because I've heard stories.
I've heard stories too.
Okay, what have you heard?
Well, all I've heard is that the panties are in the vending machine. I don't want to speak on this too much. I don't know too much.
I was going to say panties.
Yeah, and that you
are they used? I've heard different stories.
Sure, yeah, I heard can imagine some of them they're not, used, but I can imagine some are.
But they would probably have to pay more for the used.
Interesting, yeah.
How much do you think they're charging
the premium
for
on that?
The premium
well, with the current exchange rate, pretty okay,
Yeah.
Pretty bargain. Yeah.
Now, does your mom and dad ever talk about that?
Do I talk about the machines with my mom and dad?
Yeah, no, not really.
Doesn't come up. Should I next time?
I don't know. I mean, are they open to talking about stuff like that?
really.
Not
I mean,
really.
they're pretty good in their
Traditional?
older age.
Traditional.
I would say they're actually, pretty chill in these days. They've loosened up over the years because their kids are grown, and
How
they're
many
third
siblings?
generation. I have one older sister, and she's a lawyer.
Can we
and
give her a shout out?
Yeah, Melissa. Shout out to
Is
Melissa.
she gonna watch this interview?
Oh, maybe, you never know.
Melissa,
she's
I mean,
very
take
supportive.
a break.
Hey, Melissa.
From the courthouse.
Yeah. She's
And-
an environmental lawyer from
and-
Saving the Planet.
Oh my
what you
goodness.
say?
How much schooling did that take?
Your law school. Yeah,
I mean-
and undergrad. Yeah,
I mean,
lots
how
of
much
that.
money was that?
Oh, I
spent?
mean,
a lot.
a lot. I'm sure. Yeah.
So would you say you're the black sheep of the because you took on a whole different path?
Oh, right.
You're
Stand-up
a comedian,
comedy,
acting,
sure, acting, the
writing.
I mean, a little bit, but there's only like there's only 2 kids, so I kind of was like, she did the regular, she accomplished things, and then I was like, well, I'm 5 years younger, I can kind of do whatever.
You could do
guess.
whatever.
And they were encouraging in the sense of like, I still have a degree, that I can maybe fall back on. I don't
Yeah.
think I could now, but there was a hope that I could maybe have a traditional
Yeah,
good life.
absolutely.
But I don't think I can.
And this is a special time, especially because you dropped something new, didn't you?
Oh,
a new
thanks for
special.
asking. yeah, that was a good transition. Yes.
Was that it? Was that was that smooth enough
oh,
transition?
yeah.
I wanted to get there.
Seamless. Like
Well, I
butter.
wanted to get there.
Yeah. No, you crushed it. Yes.
And
my
you crushed
special
it
is
on
out.
your special,
Oh,
didn't you?
wow. There
there
you did it
go.
again.
See,
Good
I'm
job.
right there.
There he is. That's why you got the show.
What's it called?
It is called Funt. Look at FUNT.
What,
Funt.
is that an acronym or what's going on there?
So obviously, like I feel like it's kind of a fun word. I made up a combo of. I might have not made it up, but it's a combo of fun aunt. But it kind of sounds like fun cunt. Oh, so it's got a little bit of both. Got a little bit of both. But I am an aunt now because my sister has a little boy.
Can we get
Shout out to Kaizen, the little.
Kaizen,
Yeah. I
Kaizen,
was like,
yeah.
am I allowed to say
That's
his
a cool name.
Yeah. Cool
Kaizen,
name.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I have a joke about being a fun aunt, and I call myself a funt. So that's why that's the title.
You got material from that.
Got a little material from that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta.
And it's an hour special.
It's an hour special. You can stream it on Amazon Prime, YouTube, Apple TV.
Wow.
And also an album form, so just audio on like Spotify, Apple Music.
How long did it take you to prepare for that?
Sure. So I think like I had a lot of the material. It's an hour, right? So it's like I had a lot of material built up from over the years of performing stand-up, but then I really kind of found between like finding out, oh, hey, I'm going to tape this special with Comedy Dynamics, which is the wonderful production company that filmed it. I think it was like 2 months to like kind of make it into a cohesive hour. So I probably filled in some more material there to make it actually like flow together.
Yeah.
But I was a lot of jokes that I had built up over the years,
Now, did you have to do like a mini run of like how do you just test out the material like as the years go by?
Sure. A lot in chunks as the years went by.
So in
but
increments of jokes.
Yeah.
And you test it out until you have like 15, 20, 25, 30.
Yeah, exactly. Like you build it up, and then I think closer to the time I did like a practice run with like people and running out, for an hour, running out a theater and like having me do the whole hour in front of people.
Yeah.
And I'd also like done shows here and there headlining where you do an hour.
Oh
so
my God.
it was kind of a little bit of both, but it wasn't as traditional as I would say most comics who are touring more regularly.
Yeah.
Where they're really workshopping the hour all over the country. I'm more of I do stand up, but I also am like doing a lot in LA as a writer, TV writer and stuff. So I think it's a little more.
Yeah. Did the strike kind of affect
So we actually filmed this right before the strike.
So no, I'm talking about your writing and
for scripts. Yeah. I mean, yes, I had a job that got postponed and stuff like that. So
man.
everybody,
Yeah, and
that's
then-
how it goes.
Then you went on strike.
I got to do a little.
writer's
You
strike.
see all those signs and
Yeah, I saw the signs on
t-shirts and
social
shit.
media.
Yeah, social media. Yeah.
So how do you? Oh man, it just seems like an overwhelming amount of preparation, and just because like renting out the theater, and then you have a production company, and how do you manage to do all of that and to organize all this stuff to the point where you execute it and it's on Amazon Prime?
Oh, sure. Yeah, no, I mean,
how do you get to that point.
Luckily, it was very, Comedy Dynamics did a lot of the heavy lifting.
Shout
with
out to
like,
the Dynamics.
Yeah, Comedy Dynamics.
Shout out.
They
to
had,
them.
they kind of shot a bunch of specials at once. So they had all the cameras all at this theater in North Hollywood called El Portal Theater.
How'd you link up with these cats?
Oh, they reached out. I think like, they've been around for a while. So I think
Really?
either, I don't know if I'd met them in the past, but I think they were just, trying to kind of get some comics who they felt might be ready for this.
For this.
Yeah. And so then
how
I
do
was
they
lucky enough.
how do they recruit people? Do they?
I'm sure they have like, it's sort of like casting where it's like, you have a
so it
list
is
of
casting.
people. A little
it's
bit.
comedy casting.
A little bit, I think,
Sorry, I just burped. Dude, that stinks so bad.
Oh.
Do you smell?
It hasn't reached me
Well,
yet.
that's pastrami.
If I smell it, it's
okay,
pastrami.
yeah, I am so
Well, now
sorry.
that I have the context,
what
think
does
that
it
makes
smell like
better.
in here when you first walked in?
Honestly, I did not smell.
Does it smell bad or good?
Pretty neutral.
Nothing,
No, it smells good.
Nothing funky.
Well, I don't know. Do you have is there like a candle situation?
Yeah, there's a candle right
Okay,
there.
then it smells like that, and it smells good.
It smells like the candle.
Yeah.
Because you said it smells like soap.
Oh, soap could be close to candle for me.
Okay,
Yeah,
sorry
I'm
for-
not. I don't discriminate between
Okay.
candle soap.
I'm sorry, but it doesn't
yeah,
smell bad.
No.
Like BO, like nothing bad.
No.
Okay. Ooh, sorry. I was just sorry.
No,
was
I
just in my head about that. Yeah,
understand.
I'm like
it's always.
very,
I feel that way about my space sometimes.
You
right?
do?
You just never. I
No,
mean,
about the smell of your space.
yeah, you never because you get so used to it. You're like, what if somebody new comes in here and they're like, wow? Because I know I smell like garlic sometimes because I eat a lot of garlic probably.
But Asian family, I'm not trying to stereotype,
Mm-hmm,
but I was like, when I was younger, I was afraid to invite friends over
Sure.
because the bottles of kimchi.
Sure.
And,
That will.
and they would,
not
you know,
be-
kids speak their mind. They're like, oh,
Right,
it
right.
smells in here, you know.
Yeah.
So did you go through that too, like
I don't
with your white friends or
see how many.
friends that weren't Asian?
I would say probably not too much, but I worry about it a little bit. I mean, definitely the lunchbox thing a little bit would happen, right? You bring your, but like
So
I
you
would bring
have-
like pot stickers, and that would be like offensive to people, and you're like, okay,
And they're like, what is that?
yeah. I mean, and it's always in some fucking weird. Like I'd have like sour cream containers, and then you open it, because
And
it's
there's
like
soy
recycled.
sauce or
yeah,
some
it's
dipping
recycled.
sauce?
No, yeah, it's just the there's
Oh,
like stuffed in there,
wow.
and we're a recycling family. I mean, if
Yeah.
there's a nice Tupperware, you're gonna reuse it.
And then what if you had seaweed in there? They'll be like, oh my God, what is that?
Oh, maybe, yeah. I
Yeah.
think but I think overall, I know I had some friends who definitely got it worse, probably.
Did you experience racism, like growing up, like just being of Asian descent?
Sure. I mean, I was in a pretty like heavily Asian area, which was good.
Whereabouts?
Like 30%. La Cañada out here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right,
You
all right.
know, yeah, and you're Poway, right?
Dude,
I just.
impeccable memory.
I mean,
there.
I
Oh
know
my-
this, but also.
How do you know that?
It stuck in my mind too because I just worked for a boss who's from Poway,
What's his name?
Joe Chandler.
Shout out to my
Shout
man,
out. Yeah.
Joe Chandler. Poway represent.
Yeah.
Very good memory. And then Tom DeLonge. I always bring this up.
Right. That's
Tom
big.
DeLonge from Blink 182 went to my high school.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
That's a pretty big one. Are you a fan of theirs?
You know what? I have become more of a fan because my fiance Dylan is really into them. Like we've been to like.
Can I
couple-
shout out Dylan?
Yeah,
Shout out to Dylan.
shout out to
Yeah.
Dylan. We've been to a couple concerts of theirs now, and Angels and Airwaves, which was which
Never
is-
got into it.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's different.
That's enough talking about Tom. He has
Okay.
enough.
He has enough.
He has enough airtime.
He's good. We
Shame
don't
on
need
you,
that.
Tom. Hit me up.
All right,
yeah.
enough of that.
I've been
I'll get out
wanting
of
to
there.
get him on the podcast for years
Ugh,
now.
the Power
I mean,
Connect.
dude,
Come on.
dude.
Come on,
We're in the same
Tom DeLonge.
graduating class.
Oh Jesus.
Christ.
Right? Yeah. God.
Is it because he's like a superstar, like a rock and roll star?
Right.
But my brother's like around Theo Von and all
Oh,
these
sure.
comedians
Yeah,
and
they must
movies.
all-
Yeah, it's like, what's the big deal?
Yeah. Just,
Right?
They're
It's like,
all
right?
talking aliens and stuff.
Yeah,
right?
well, I'm
There's not
just
that
saying, like,
connect.
I'm around like all this stuff. People who've been in
Right.
movies
Same.
or TV or they have specials or whatever.
Obviously, yeah.
Entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't. Maybe it's just well, music's a little different. I guess I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe I feel like it could happen.
You think
I mean,
so?
well, we're gonna think.
Tom, I'm
think
sorry.
Tom
Please, please hit me up. QUANGOU. That's my Instagram. I love you. Shout out to Rich Salo and Dan Rogers. I remember those days, Tom. and I know you're the first dude that I've seen. One of the first dudes I've seen kickflip. So good for you.
Oh shit.
Back to your special.
Oh yeah.
So like, did you tour doing this?
A little.
Uh-huh.
You know, I think it was, I'm not at a level where I was able to tour and headline a ton. And then I kind of am the kind of comedian that I like to, you know, I like to have a job and TV and do the writing and do the, you know, do that stuff. So I get a little like,
how do you juggle all that? How do you do it?
Oh, well, no. I mean, I think it's like you either do that or you do the touring thing. You know what I mean? I don't think you can do both very easily. Yeah. I mean, my version of touring is more of like the touring light where, you know,
but you do shows.
One-off shows.
But you do enough shows.
Sure. And local a ton. Yeah, you can do
your
stuff
shit.
here. Sure. Mm-hmm.
What's the best way they could support you right now?
Oh, I mean, thanks for asking. I think, you know, renting or buying the special on those streamers I talked about, or following me on Instagram. That's kind of my main platform at the moment. So it's at Sierra Katow, spelled like my name, Katow.
Katow.
Katow, yeah.
How much is the special?
I think if you rent it on Amazon, it's like $4.
What about can they own it?
If you own it, I think it's like a little bit more. It might be like 13 or 14.
But you own it.
But then you own it for life, and they can't take it away from you.
Yeah.
And I, you know, yes, I think it's always, you know, nice to own stuff, right?
Can you watch your own material, or do you sit there? Did you watch it from the beginning to the end? Like, what's it like watching you perform and do your stuff?
Well, I think it's so hard, and I hate it a lot, and it makes me hate it.
Why do you hate it?
I think it's just hard because you're working on the stuff, and it's very easy to critique myself.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, I know I could have said it like this, or oh, what am I doing here? And then you know, it's like hearing your own voice is the worst thing in the world.
In your mind.
And then you're watching yourself too.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, and I had to watch it because I was also in charge. I was in charge of getting notes for editing and stuff. So it was like, oh, hey, maybe like cut this, you know, part, or like shorten this amount so that we can get it down to an hour, right? Because I think it taped a little like hour 10 or something. So I was in charge of like deciding what to cut. But like it, you know, it's the worst. I would always like, you know, put it off a little bit because it's just like, I don't know. How do you feel about like watching or listening?
Well, I'll use this as an analogy, because my last music project that I put out, I do the same thing where I was listening to it like obsessively, like every word, and like I would be like, oh, I could have enunciated that word a lot cleaner, or I could have did this kind of pattern better here, or I could have made the beat longer here. You know, you could just analyze it
forever.
Yeah. So there comes a point to where, and we've talked about this because it is art. It's all relative. It's just in a different format where you just have to just let it go into the wind and let it blow where it may. And that's it. You just let it go.
Right.
Yeah.
At some point, I mean, there were deadlines, right? So it's like you do kind of.
Also, there were deadlines.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think working with the company, they were like, "Hey, if you can get us notes by like Monday, that's great." And so then that's great. I need that because otherwise, if I was producing it myself completely,
what does that mean?
It would be
notes? What does that mean?
Oh, just like, you know, for the edit, right? I'm talking about cuts. It's like, oh, if you can tell us what we want to cut down to, like by Monday, let us know. Then I'm like, okay, and you know, no, but I appreciated that a lot more.
So
if it was just me, I'd
that?
never. Well, because if it were just based on me, I'd be like, I'm never looking at this. I'm never releasing it. You know. Right? I'd just be like, ugh.
So do they give you constructive criticism before it's released?
Honestly, like, no, I don't think that was really, you know, I think they were helpful in the sense of being, you know, where they're just trying to give the best version of you. So I don't think they were creatively as involved in that way. Like they helped me up into the special, like, hey, is this like, and when I was deciding on wardrobe and the backdrop, make sure you're not clashing, like basic things, right? And being like telling me where the cameras are and, you know, helping me. But no, I think ultimately they're like, this is your project, right? And like, you know your jokes best. And I think they did that with all the comedians in that it's like, you know, you kind of at that point they can give their opinion, but I think it's probably they'd kind of just pass it to you.
Have you heard of Zoom bombing?
Does it mean like bombing on Zoom?
No, it's like when you're in a meeting on Zoom, like
don't know that.
Yeah.
But I think I'm kind of, what is it? Sorry.
Where, and then it's kind of a heckle or a troll, and it's a person, like, I'll give you an example, because I do 12-step meetings on Zoom.
Oh, okay.
And there's these trolls, they'll go on, and then you'll see, like, a penis, like, pop up on a box, like, or something like that. They're
It's a
they're
deliberate,
invading the meeting and ruining the whole vibe of the whole meeting.
Oh,
They're called Zoom bombers.
So they like got the link somehow.
They got the link, they clicked on it, and some of them wait,
Uh-huh.
and then they'll like act like they're part of the thing. Then they'll drop like a bad racial slur.
Right.
You know, something like that.
Right.
So
What about a
that's
good
Zoom
racial
bombing,
slur?
and I just learned this the last month or so, because
Uh-huh.
that's they'll warn you, like, no Zoom, if there's Zoom bombing, you'll be cut from the whole meeting, and then we have to protect our anonymity,
block it.
and our privacy, and to make sure everyone's safe.
Sure.
Now, to use that analogy, a hypothetical, what if you had a Zoom bomber at one of your tapings?
At like a Zoom taping?
No, just something where, like an audience member that like just pulls down his pants and starts shaking his dick.
Just like a streaker, or like something like a
just
like
starts going,
sexual assailant or harasser. Yeah, I mean that would be rough. But
Front row.
I think what was kind of good about this taping is pretty controlled. Because I think that would happen more in just a show you're doing, and you're like, oops, I'm in some city I don't know.
What would distract you more, a penis or like a butthole?
Probably a penis. I mean, I certainly depends, right?
Yeah.
But I did have a woman flash me her boobs.
So that's like a Zoom bomb.
Yeah, at a show in the front row. So that was pretty distracting.
How did she lift up and just go like this?
Yeah, it was pretty. Honestly, it was very seamless, and like kind of seemed like every day for her. Like she wasn't really like. It was just kind of like her way of like applauding, if that makes sense.
No,
I'm
trying
to
make sense.
It happened so fast and it was so casual for her. I was like, oh, but to her, she was like, yeah, that's just every day for me.
So while other audience members are clapping.
That was
she's like clapping her boot, like she's like doing. Like,
I don't think there was noise, but I think she was just like she was like woo. It's like in the way if you go like, woo. Oh, sorry.
The truffle shuffle.
Maybe like lifting your hands, like she was like I'm lifting my shirt, and then that's going back down. But that's how it was like. Maybe that's just acknowledgement.
You seen the Goonies?
Oh yeah, truffle shuffle. Right.
Yeah, the truffle shuffle.
Right.
Like, remember was it kind of like that? The truffle
maybe
shuffle.
Less shuffling, but of the same spirit. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay,
that's a great
so that was
example.
a woman.
That was a woman. Yeah.
Now, but if it was a man,
right? I would.
No, is there security?
Yeah, I would imagine there's a level of security. I mean, especially at comedy clubs because there's alcohol, right?
Yeah.
At the taping, it's a little more controlled, because there's a ton of PAs and people who are like just making sure no one's going to steal cameras and stuff and mess up the production. And everybody's been kind of like pre-screened before a little bit in the audience.
What's the worst scenario that could happen though during a taping? What would be the complete nightmarish scenario? The worst thing ever. Just think about it.
Okay, I mean, like calm version is like, oh shoot, we forgot to press record.
Oh no!
Shit.
Okay, can I add something into that mix?
Yeah.
So there's no recording.
Oh, okay.
And you notice from the side of the stage, someone throws something.
Oh shit!
And it's like a Ziploc bag, but then it hits you right here, and it's warm.
Oh.
And then you go like this, and it's feces.
Oh,
it's shit.
And then did the Ziploc bag open?
It opens, and it's so like they go, hey, yeah.
Oh, and
they throw like throwing a tomato.
Yeah,
boom,
and you're like
shit all over your face.
That would be bad.
How do you adapt to can you bounce back from that?
Ooh, I mean, I would hope that I could, but you know what I'd be worried about? Pink eye.
But you're on stage. You're not thinking about pink eye.
You're right. Stage health.
Yeah, you're talking about that. Aren't you talking about getting through your set?
Yeah.
Did you stop your show? I'm trying to work with you here. I'm trying to figure it out.
No, I'm trying to work with you too. Poop's getting thrown at me, man. I gotta try my best.
That's a pretty hard.
But
scenario.
I would. No, I mean, of course. I think you're like, I got one shot, right? You're like, I gotta just do this, power through. Maybe you can address the poop. You go, oh my god, what?
So you have to address it and make a joke.
I think you could try because the audience is still live. That's one of the things. The taping, we can edit around certain things, but the audience is still live, and you want to keep the vibes good.
Because Joan Rivers would have made a joke out of it.
Sure.
I mean,
and
because she's
but yes, she would as a pro for sure.
You have to do that.
I just think because otherwise it feels weird. It's gonna be awkward if you try to come back in. The audience is like, oh my god, she just got hit by a Ziploc bag of shit. And she's just pretending like it didn't happen.
So you have to acknowledge it.
Yeah.
And would you just ignore the smell? Like you have to.
Guess I would. I mean, I assume somebody would take action, but I would ask for a wipe. I would ask for a wipe. A paper towel.
Security would escort him out.
I would hope
he would
that
go
yes,
to jail.
yes.
That's
Well,
assault.
the perpetrator gone. Yeah.
Is that assault?
It might be
Because it's
contact like that.
Yeah, it's like throwing.
But
it's like a poison. Like
I mean, especially with the poop. I hope there's another level for poop throwing. But
that's a hard scenario.
It's a hard scenario, but it's good. We covered it because now I'm ready.
Okay. Is there something that would be harder than that?
Oh, I mean, maybe like 2 poops.
Okay, that would like from each side.
From each side.
So poo,
yeah,
and then
you're
it's like the movie Carrie, but just instead of blood, it's
that would be
shit.
worse. Maybe Carrie from above. You get a little bit of both.
Yeah, like
you
the
get 3
blood,
angles.
But oh my
360?
god, that'd be a nightmare.
Or everybody gets hit with poop.
Yeah.
So then your audience leaves.
Would you rather deal with poo or a man in the front row, like urinating like near your stage? Would that be easier to deal with?
I think that would be easier, as long as it's. I mean, if it's gonna hit me, right?
Yeah.
I'd
what
assume
if he
that
runs
the
on stage
peeing,
and he tries to pee on you?
I'd assume that would be at the feet a little bit more.
No,
right?
but what if?
Angle up.
Yeah,
is that,
up towards.
Yeah, I am not that tall, so it could happen. That would be tough, but I think that would be easier to stop because I could push them or
there's someone
him.
that could stop them before.
Yeah. Versus the poop is coming out of nowhere.
What if this happens where someone just intercepts your set and grabs the mic, and then you can't tell your jokes, and he's just like, "Hey, everybody," and then he's just ruining the whole show.
I mean, that's
Has
almost
that
as bad.
Has that happened?
Definitely. I mean, heckles have happened, but I don't think anyone's taken the mic from me while I've had the mic.
In the history of stand-up comedy. In the history.
Generally, to all comedians.
In any possible.
I'm sure.
But how do you deal with that?
I mean, it depends, right? I think the audience is honestly going to be on your side, so I think you go, audience, hey, you guys fucking.
Oh, the audience will be on your
side. I think so, because that's a dick move.
Okay, what if it's a guy, but in the douchiest fraternity, and so he has the Sigma Chi house is there, like, what are you going to do about it, huh?
Oh, so they're backing him up.
They're There's like 20 fraternity guys there.
I mean, then
and
honestly,
they all have, you know what I mean? They got their uniform. Yeah.
I mean, that scenario, I'm like, I don't know why I'm there. You know what I mean? I think that's already the danger zone.
Would your man stand up for you if he was in the crowd?
Yeah, I think so.
He would go on stage and take the mic back for you?
Hopefully. Should we test it out?
What's his name?
Dylan.
You got to step up,
bro.
You
got to step up, man?
Step up for your lady. Don't let that ever happen, bro.
Yeah. It's definitely a scenario we got to, I think, train for.
Yeah.
I think it's...
You don't think of this stuff?
Well, I guess not. And maybe that's my mistake. That's why
But does this happen, or is it like in a different reality?
You know what is interesting is I'm sure versions of this happen, but I feel like they happen more to like kind of more troublemaker type comedians who are kind of like fun, and maybe like people are like, oh, I want to like mess with them. And honestly, it's happening more because crowd work videos, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, when did that become a thing on Instagram?
Like,
because before that never happened. You never saw that.
Sure. Well, I mean, yeah, it's because it's like obviously Instagram, you got to post a lot of clips, and you don't want to burn a lot of material because you might want to say the joke again. So it's crowd work is a good way to like do new stuff, but I think it's made crowds bolder. Well, this is what I hear. So but I haven't experienced it that much because I think I've been lucky, or you know, I kind of give off like I'm just here to recite stuff to you guys.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not like an interactive like bro.
You're not a threatening bro.
Sure, who's like trying to like challenge you. You know, I mean, I'm just trying to say my jokes here.
Now, other female comedians, is there hatred amongst towards other female comics? Like, have you had another like Asian female comic like try to sabotage you?
Oh, sabotage like rivals?
like on some like, you know.
That's hilarious. No, honestly, I don't think
on the
so.
competitive tip.
I don't think so. I feel like a lot of I don't know every single Asian female comic, obviously, but all of them who I've met are like pretty awesome and I consider myself friends with.
Really?
Yeah, I honestly sometimes I like them a little bit more than other comedians.
Okay, let's say they're nice to you, right?
Right.
But then you overhear them in a different room after she was super nice to you, and then you hear this. Oh my God, I can't stand her bits. She is so unoriginal. I don't know why she's here.
Ow.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But this is like
betrayed.
She was being cool to you, but then she talks
behind my back.
Then how do you approach that?
Oh man, I mean, here's the sad thing. Mostly, I would probably be like, she's right. I'd be like, she's right.
No, don't do that. No.
Yeah. Oh, yep, she's right.
Really?
Because a lot of these comedians I respect a lot. So if they're saying that, I'd be like, ooh, maybe I got to be more original, you know? But if I learned that she was actually being like, she's just jealous or mean or something, then I would be like, okay, well, then she's not nice. And I'm not going to.
What if she does this? Okay. You have a homie. She's another female comic, Asian, right?
Okay, Asian.
And she knows your material.
Okay.
And you're on the same show.
Yeah.
And she goes on right before you. She does your whole act. Or like 10 minutes, at least 10 minutes of your act.
Crazy.
Like the punchline, like just the timing of the whole thing.
Wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. How do you deal with that?
Be weird. It's a little like, it's a
That's
little
that's
stalkery.
I've heard stories.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've heard like Carlos Mencia stories.
Yes,
I've heard stories like that.
Yeah, that's a wild time. I would be pretty weirded out. Like I'd be a little like scared for my safety in those scenarios, right? Because it's such a weird, specific, pointed way.
Because it's so invasive.
Yeah, somebody had to like practice somebody else's material, which is already a little stalkery.
It's more than stalkery because she verbatim knows your material.
That's
she
super
knows
weird.
you well.
I don't even know my own material that well.
She knows you better than you know yourself.
So that's weird.
That's
so
really
I would be
weird.
like, I think she's gonna wear my skin.
Yeah.
You know. So I would be more like, maybe I gotta leave, and like change my name and change my address, and leave town. Witness protection.
You would take it that far?
I mean, no, but I would consider it because it's a little creepy.
Okay, would you approach him like backstage? Like, let's say you ran into him.
Right.
Like, let's say I'm her, right?
Okay.
I'm Lucy Kank. Do you like my set?
Oh my God, Lucy Kang.
Yeah, Lucy
Oh my
Kank.
God.
You like my set?
I'm terrified.
Huh? Break a leg, sis.
Oh shit.
Break a leg, sis.
Okay, Lucy.
Follow that.
Oh shit. I'm about to. See, yeah, I think I would.
I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm sticking.
Yeah,
with it.
it's the hiding the gums and the no upper lip.
But
Lucy, I think that was really weird.
See,
I'm so threatened. I can't even role play this. No,
Dude,
I'm not confrontational.
You're not.
Are you confrontational?
No.
I can't do it because
I'm
scared.
do it inside on the inside.
Yeah, I would do it after on the drive home. I'd be like, Lucy, can you fucking?
No. You know what happens to me though? If I don't say anything, I'll torture myself in bed.
Yeah.
In my mind.
Oh yeah.
I won't be able to sleep that night.
Right, because I'm like, why am I such a weakling? I should have said something.
I should have said something.
Yeah.
So let's say you wouldn't say nothing to her.
Honestly, because I would be so scared. I'm already scared, and then the lip thing, the lip thing. I'm like, fuck. She's, this is not
all my
a sane
original
person.
material.
Oh my God. See, I can't.
You want to have lunch tomorrow?
Oh God, no.
We'll workshop some bits.
Oh my God. See, yeah, that's not okay.
That's not okay.
I would
be friends with her?
Then I would leave. No, I don't think I could be friends after that.
What about the saying, keep your enemies closer?
Right. In that scenario, I think she would kill me. So that would be unsafe.
So you wouldn't try to like poison her lunch the next day?
I would try to kill her first.
Well, would you try to use maybe poison put in her Caesar salad or something?
Ooh, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be very good at that. But I would be terrified, and I would probably not be anywhere near her.
Would you be more upset if she did it at a show and you caught it, or if you saw she did it on her special and she basically just took your special?
I mean, okay, it would be more upset if she took material that I hadn't put in the special that I was working on still, right?
And then you trusted her,
that
you let her into your world, your comedy world,
right?
To hear that material, to get feedback, and she uses it against you.
Yeah, and it's like if she did the special stuff, then it's like there's already a record that it's out there from me. But if she did a non, stuff that hasn't been put out, then who's to say maybe it's hers, right? So I would be more pissed at that.
Oh my God.
Lucy Kang, man.
Dude.
Lucy.
I know.
Lucy Goosey.
I know.
She's
So
a
you
wild
would
one.
you would definitely have a resentment.
Yeah, I think so. If she stole
I
material.
just saw it in your eyes just
like,
now,
yeah,
dude.
that she's going down.
You would.
But no, I couldn't do anything about it. That's the thing.
Can you trademark your material somehow?
I
Copyright
it's
your material?
copyrighted already.
So what?
Yeah.
Can that save you though? I mean, protect yourself. Like if you copyright your material.
I mean, I guess what helps is if you can film your sets, even the workshopped ones, right? Then
But what
you
if
have
she
record.
films hers during the same time?
Well, hopefully yours are dated earlier.
So you have to prove that in the court of law somehow.
I guess, but I don't think that's worth it, right? At a certain point, you're like, why would I take somebody to court for jokes?
Has that ever happened in that
comedy?
world,
Well, maybe
in the
for
comedy
like
world?
for like writing, yeah, maybe for not. I don't know about stand up, but I mean, whenever there's money to be made, people sometimes sue. So maybe we got to Google it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you working on your next material, like your next special?
yeah.
Like how long did it take you to come up with this special?
I mean, yeah, quite a long time. But yeah, I think I have a lot of new material since the taping. Yeah, so I think there's kind of like the fun thing now is like you can kind of put out your own stuff. And then I would like to, maybe in the future. I think I'm like good for a bit. You know what I mean? Where I'm like, I don't know if I would want to put out another special next year, but maybe the year after. Or, who knows? Who knows?
Have you thought about doing this? What about your next special? You become Lucy Kang.
Oh shit!
So you can have, how
take
like
her
you're like
material.
how like the rappers they have like a different
Oh yeah,
like character persona,
yeah,
like
yeah,
Dr.
yeah. Alter
Octagon.
ego,
Yeah.
Mm.
What if you do a whole different? You know how what's his name Ahmed? Is it Ahmed? Not, who's not Ahmed? Fahim.
Oh.
You know how Fahim Anwar has Lance and he dances.
Oh yeah.
You know, like he has it's a different character.
Right. Do something like that, but Lucy Kang and
but
be
Lucy
kind of
Kang.
creepy.
Or maybe you could just be like a white girl.
a white girl. I mean Lucy Smith.
Lucy Smith.
Lucy Jenkins.
Yes.
I don't know. What are the names here? Yeah, interesting. That could be fun.
Yeah.
I think I think it's always fun to try on different things because sometimes you get sick of yourself.
But that way you
Yeah.
it's like a freedom from yourself because
Yeah,
it's
right.
not you're not you.
I don't
You're not
have to
Sierra.
be-
You're a
Right.
whole different alter ego. You're a different character.
Oh my god. Well, what about you? Do you have alter egos?
There's in the music rap thing, there's a guy named Little Raymond, and he does like cowboy raps and stuff, and so that's, I mean, kind of,
Yeah?
but he's a weird one, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Be careful.
So I put out like little compilations of like, or not I didn't, but there are compilations of his songs.
Oh, that he put
Not
out
me,
there.
but
No, yeah.
it's just out there.
Okay, Little Ray.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that's fun. And did you like doing that? Did it like kind of give you a break from?
Oh, I like how you're
stuff,
how you're
or- I'm just-
I like
hey,
how you're.
I'm
It's
here to
like
learn.
role reversal.
I'm here to learn as
oh,
well.
so now
Yeah.
I'm in the hot seat.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
tell me.
Have at it. Go ahead. Ask me your question.
Yeah, well, did
yeah,
it?
I like.
I know, but I'm also asking because I want to know. I've never done that before.
Yeah.
I've never done an alter ego before. So what'd you get out of it?
It's
What'd you learn
like,
from
it's just a freedom from yourself.
Yeah.
That's the best way to put it. It's just like something because we get bored of ourselves. We're with ourselves all the time.
Yeah, I agree.
If you do something else, it's kind of like you're taking a break from it,
Yeah.
and it's different, and it's an outlet, and you're still like,
Sure.
getting things done. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. I mean, I that sounds very enticing.
Like Eminem has Marshall Mathers, right? Like it's like the same type. Like he has Eminem. Then there's Marshall Mathers. There's like two different
Right.
things, but it's the same thing, but it's different.
Yeah, yeah.
And he could put out
Sasha
different
Fierce,
material.
Beyonce. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Sacha Baron Cohen, right? He's got
Sure. Yeah. All the
Borat
characters.
and
Yeah.
this and
Yeah. Lots
Bruno.
of. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, think about it.
I'm just saying.
about
I
it.
don't think there's a lot of people doing that in the comedy world, right? Or
It's not really in vogue, at least. I think a
It's
lot of
not.
people are like more personal stories, identity, things about like, stories from their life, right? Very authentic.
yeah. Are there more? Would you say because of the because of Instagram and all the social media? Do you think that there's been a rise of just comedians every day, like new ones every day?
Hopefully, yeah.
I've seen that on
know.
Instagram.
Yeah,
where I'm like,
yeah.
Oh,
I've
like,
never seen this guy.
Yeah, and they're just popping up and they're making reels. And,
right.
And like you said, crowd work.
Yeah.
Videos and.
Yeah, I feel like it's like I can't tell if it's because I'm discovering new ones all the time, and so it's just my perspective, or there legitimately are new people all the time because there's more people getting inspired to do comedy. But definitely more who are recording their sets and putting it out there, and maybe taking it more seriously as like a, possible thing where they can go viral and take off and become
that's
working
the
comedians.
thing. So, but that's frowned upon within the comedy community, right?
Like
a person that pops
virality.
out of nowhere, but they happen to have a following.
Sure.
And they don't do that many shows, but the clips make it seem like they're at a show, but they're like really not at a show, but they're that happens.
Like staged in
like they're it's staged where they're doing like crowd work, but it's really like them in their apartment or something.
That's great.
And there's maybe a laugh track.
Yeah.
So how do you compete against
mean,
that?
Yeah, I think that's pretty. I mean, look, it's always going to happen. That's the thing. It's if it weren't TikTok, like I think before, there are always people who gain a following through something that's not traditional, right? So there's the purists who are like, oh, you got to do open mics all the time, and you got to build up from nothing, and not pander. And that might never happen. And then I get why they might see other routes as not great because they didn't take that route, but it doesn't make it wrong, because I think there's a lot of comedians.
What is the right or wrong way?
There's no right or wrong way. Like think about there are comedians who are super respected now that came up through at some point
TikTok.
Yeah, at some point it was like Twitter or something, and people used to be like, oh, Twitter's not a real thing, and then now of course it is.
And now they're selling out.
Yeah, and they're like winning Oscars or you know what I mean? Like
crazy.
So it's certainly at some point paths are always going to be different. There's always going to be like some new technology that people are going to frown upon, but you kind of gotta like look back and see that some of the greats did come up through some kind of their own new path, and that's kind of what set them apart.
Of that. Yeah, give me an example.
I mean, like extremely successful people in whatever your opinion of them is. Dane Cook had MySpace at the time, right?
You're right.
And
he
probably
was the guy that did it that way. He was the OG of that.
And probably there were comedians who were like, "Oh, MySpace, that's not the way to do it." And look, he's Dane Cook. Like it doesn't, it ultimately didn't matter. Right. But at the time, of course, easy to hate on. So same could be said about TikTok or crowd work clips and stuff. I would think. But of course, I think there's always going to be comedians who have a huge following online and then can sell out huge theaters. Maybe they're not ready to do an hour headline across the nation, and so they have to build up to that. But they still have the audience. So
yeah. Now when you're filming it live, what if you mess up on a joke? And do you have to get it perfect the whole way through?
For this thing, yeah, I tried to. I think I messed up a couple times, and then I was able to reshoot it. So they basically, you'd walk it back a little bit. You go oops, I thought, okay, let me say that again. Okay, and then we
the crowd's with it.
Yeah. Because I kind of they prime them a little bit, and then I talk them through it too. I'm like, okay, guys, sorry, I'm gonna do it again. Pretend it's the first time.
Oh, so they're with you. They're on this. They're on your side.
Yeah, they know there's cameras. You know what I mean? But it really only happened once or twice for the full hour. I was really trying to be, we're perfect, and if I said a couple things different, it was fine, and keep moving like a regular show.
How did you pick out what are the main concerns before you hit the stage? Like how your voice sounds or your cadence,
sure.
what's going on in your mind?
It's tough because a lot of things that, I think this is tough, but leading up, you want to change a lot of things. You're like, oh, I wish I was funnier. You know what I mean? I wish I was a little bit funnier or whatever. Things that I can't change. But voice, I can't really change the way that I talk. And I tell a joke a certain way, and it's going to be that way. And of course, I'd love to change lots of things or be better or funnier or have funnier material or anything. But sometimes you just got to tape it, like I said, right? It's you got to get it done. So, to work up to it, I mean, I think I just recited everything a lot, on stage, did a lot of shows leading up, and then tried to be, as off book as possible, meaning just know all the jokes.
Right.
Front to back.
And it just like that.
Know every
the back of your hand.
Know every transition into the next joke. And every also there's a little bit, I don't do a ton of physical humor, but ways to physically express or emote the joke and help the punchline or move if I am,
do you
doing
look
a physical
up
thing.
how do you look at physical comedy, physical humor? Do you look down upon it, or do you respect it?
I respect it.
How do
because
most people look at that?
Oh, it depends. I think most people look up to it because it's very hard to do. Like it looks, I think, to maybe just every day. You don't really think about it when you're watching somebody make you laugh with the way they're moving their body and stuff. But if you really think about like how much work goes into being really self-aware about your body and how it makes, it is really a lot of work. It's like kind of, the way that dancers make it look so easy, but that's not easy, you know?
Who are some of the best physical comedians right now, in your opinion?
Oh, right now? I mean, like that are in the zeitgeist right now, like
or
not
just
legends.
just hitting the scene that are like that you see on social media that are
that's a good
doing
question.
tours and shows or whatnot.
I mean, there's a couple clowning comedians.
Oh,
well,
good?
yes, but
Is Bob good?
He's been yes, of course.
Is he good at physical humor?
Yeah. That's a good point.
You've seen him?
Yeah. I've seen him perform stand-up. Yeah.
Has he been nice? Is he nice to you?
Yeah. I've met him a couple times. I think on shows and
how is he towards you? Like when you've met him, like how is he towards you?
Yeah, nice. I think.
Is he?
I'm always like excited to see him. So
and he's
I think.
cool and he's humble and he's
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Always humble.
Good,
Yeah.
Good.
Probably too humble,
Yeah.
But it's good checking in.
Okay,
on your
yeah.
brother,
I just want to make sure that.
No. Yeah, always professional, always good.
Good. Can you ever bomb on your own special?
Yeah,
let's say it's
people do it. It happens.
That would be insane.
Sure.
Where like you plan this whole special evening.
Yeah.
And every audience member is against you.
I mean, it's tough, but like,
Dude.
of course, because sometimes you have seat fillers, people who don't know your comedy, right?
And on your own special?
I mean, yeah, because some people don't have a ton of fans or friends who can make it in person, right? Like, especially I would say, I mean, I don't know. That's not always the case, and I would imagine a lot of people have fans and friends at that point, right? And I was lucky enough to have like a lot of people come out and support. But I think like for instance, like a lot of the show, I think were people I didn't know. I don't know if they knew who I was, but luckily they were very supportive. But I think there's definitely ones where it's like, hey, I'm just here. I'm just here doing a job, just sitting here. It's been a long day. I'm tired.
Yeah.
And, or, maybe it's like just the vibes are a little nervous and off.
Yeah,
and you can feel like, well.
Do you sell, do you do meet and greets after?
Oh, shows?
Yeah.
Yeah, informally sometimes, and then I think sometimes if you do like a college show, they'll want to do a little like Q&A and stuff. Yeah. And, so yeah, sometimes.
Can I give you another hypothetical scenario?
Okay, yes, I'm ready. I'm ready for anything that comes my way.
Well, what if, I mean, you already, you can't get worse than the shit scenario.
I think not.
The Ziploc shit bag.
Sounds pretty fucking bad.
Okay, you're at a meet and greet.
Okay.
And let's say you have physical copies of your album and you're signing them. You have a Sharpie and you have posters and, there's a table. You have your merch table. But you notice this Asian guy, like a UCLA student with like a bowl cut and like glasses. And he's just looking at you the whole time.
Kind of like Lucy King, little Lucy King vibes.
Not Lucy King, but more like he's just obsessed with you. Like he's kind of like a stalkerish fan.
Okay.
And he just keeps looking at you, but not saying anything. And then he's the very last person in line, and you've been here for about, I would say, an hour and 15 minutes by now, and you want to get back to your hotel, spend time with your man, and get something to eat. But this guy he gets into the front of the line, and he just stares at you.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Yeah, he just stares at you. And then you notice like he's profusely sweating, so he's staring at you like he's staring at you, and he has googly eyes and he's sweating, and he's like he has a pen and he's like shaking like, and he goes, "Can I have your phone number?" What do you do?
I mean, probably like be like, oh, I don't normally give out my phone number, but you can sign up for like my email newsletter.
No,
like Instagram?
I really need it.
Oh well, I'd be like, oh, I don't think so. Probably sorry, I don't think I'm gonna do that.
Yeah,
but because it's a personal phone number, so
But then you notice, okay, so he in this hand, he's going like this.
Oh, like a gun.
I don't know. You don't know.
Oh,
no one knows. But what does it look like here?
It's like you're making a gun with your hand. Pretty good, yeah.
It might be.
It might be.
Yeah. There's no security.
That's not good. Yeah, why is there no security?
You gotta sign it.
Sign it. Just
Or
sign
else.
autograph?
Or else.
Or
I know where you
sign
live.
name?
I know where you live.
Well, if you already know
And
where I live, then why the fuck are you here? You'd be killing me at home.
No. I needed to see you in person.
Right.
Yeah. What do you do? What do you do?
I mean, pretty
Yeah.
strange scenario. I do
What's your
think I
man's
would
name's
do.
Dylan, right?
I think I would
Is
do.
your man's name Dylan?
Yeah.
Dylan, you have to be there.
Yeah. Well, first, where's he at? You know what I'm saying? I was like,
Dylan, where are
I gave you a free hotel
You're
room.
supposed to be in line.
Yeah, we got a free hotel room I give you, and then you just
Yeah,
dip.
yeah.
You're just dipping. No, but yeah, I would say I'd like to think
How do you de-escalate?
I could de-escalate. I'd like to think I
How?
could
How?
de-escalate. Well,
Okay, so you have to follow me to my car now.
he's sad about it. He's like
Yeah,
apologetic about
yeah.
it. That's the worst when they're like,
But
I'm.
you're
like, I
asking
don't wanna
what's
do
on,
this.
in the pocket. It's a 9mm Glock.
And it's loaded.
It's
Oh,
loaded.
it's lit-
Yeah,
it's loaded.
yeah, full clip. A full clip.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I mean, I
Yeah.
think in that scenario, you just gotta go. Like, can I flip the table? You flip the table. Gets kind of off balance, and,
And
then I
that
run
will
for
get the
the
security's
nearest.
attention.
Hopefully, well, yeah. Where the hell have they been? They should be there already. But
While-
if they're not there, did he sedate them?
No, while you're flipping it, he's so fast because he does jujitsu
Oh, well.
and taekwondo and stuff.
Well, then why
and
is
so he gets you in a headlock, and he
Oh.
goes like this.
Oh shit! I'm a
Don't
hostage.
move or I'll shoot.
Oh boy. Well, then I'm toast, man. I think that's over for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I sign
And then-
off.
but you
there.
lived a pretty good life, right?
I lived a
mean,
good
you
life.
got a lot done.
Yeah. I was killed by somebody with quite a lot of skills, I guess, some real fighting skills. So, who am I to say I couldn't battle somebody with jujitsu and
Yeah.
taekwondo training?
That's why
they
you
have the upper
need
hand.
pepper spray or something like that.
Yeah, I'm a big. I do typically carry that.
You have it on you?
I do. I have it in my purse.
Let me check it out. Break it out. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. That's okay. Just so the ladies could learn what to get
Yeah.
in a
but the thing
scenario
is-
like this.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
this
yeah.
is good.
Oh,
This is
yeah.
good.
Here we go.
Yeah, here we go. So this can I
Careful.
So
don't spray yourself.
okay, but
It's
which
spicy.
which way does it spray?
I will say I don't know,
So
but
why is it pink?
it's pink because they always are. You know what I mean? I
So-
think it's good. And you can find it in your bag if
I
you're
know.
searching.
Okay. So
Black bag.
So which way? This seems so complicated. Like there's a safety.
I will say one time I had the
So
pepper
does it
spray and
spray
I
this way?
tested
Like which
it.
way does it spray?
I tested. I think that's right. It's probably right-handed.
So it's like this.
Yeah.
So you would go keep away.
I got a pepper spray.
Yeah. So you just do.
Yeah.
How do you,
I
is there a
think
safety lock?
Yeah, I think you have to lift it and
Go
press
ahead.
it. I'm
Yeah.
not going to lift it because
you're not gonna lift
I
it?
sprayed it one time to test it in the trash can and it like
says
filled the
pr-
whole room.
But it says press.
It filled the. Oh yeah, be careful. But I think you have to twist it and then press it.
You have to twist it.
But
much-
I filled the whole room when I sprayed in the
Oh
trash
my
can as a
God.
test, and it got me.
So,
So be careful.
you would aim for the eyes.
Yeah. Ideally, the eyes, the
Chelsea,
face.
do you have this? No. Okay, so where? How much
Well,
do you
you
get?
gotta
How
get-
much
get
did you
you
get one of these for?
I don't know how much it was. I don't remember. I think it was not too bad. I think I got it online. You know, you got to be careful that each state has different rules. So I don't want to encourage anybody to
How
break
long
the
have
law.
you had this?
A few years. Probably like five.
And
5
have you ever
years.
had to use it for real?
No, luckily.
So you twist it and then,
think-
and then like that.
Yeah.
So definitely get one of these.
Yeah.
You know? And I like how it has the.
Yeah, it's good. So I
know,
think
you
if you
can-
are really in danger,
Yeah, it's
you
like
know,
brass
walking home at
knuckles.
night, you just put that on so you're ready. It's like getting armed.
And this is warning them. I'm warning you.
Hey, I'm warning you.
Like I'm warning you. Like
Oh my
like
god!
this.
I was like, oh my god, it's gonna spray him.
That was the 9mm gun.
That was a Glock. He dropped his
He
gun.
just dropped his
So
gun.
then you lunge for the
Okay,
gun.
Here's. I didn't want to take that from you.
Oh no, wonderful. Thank
let's
you
plug.
for the demo.
Let's plug your
Oh yes.
Yeah, let's really plug your social media and everything else.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you. Yes, Instagram at Sierra Katow, which is SIERRA KATOW. post some clips there, some crowd work, but a lot of little clips from my special. And then the special's at sierrakatow.com, or you can just Google my name, Sierra Katow Funt, and you'll find it at Amazon Prime and Apple TV and all those fun things. I'm also on TikTok, same name, and Twitter, but I don't do a lot of
Any
Twitter.
physical copies of your album that people could pick up?
Oh, I guess not. It's all digital and streaming kind of thing. So I don't think we have a physical version.
Wouldn't you want to have one on that'd
Like
be
a
kinda
vinyl
cool.
or something? Maybe after a while, that could be like a fun
that's
release.
cool. It's a
Yeah,
collectible.
that could be fun collectible, like a limited edition.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Poster, like a poster.
Poster. Yeah. I'm
You
trying
need
to get
something physical.
I'm getting some
I know
postcards.
What you're saying?
Yeah.
You need something physical.
Oh, okay.
Something.
Yeah, like some
Something.
merch situation.
Yeah, or something.
Yeah, I haven't really done that. That's a good idea.
That's handy on the road.
Yeah.
Because people want to
Remind
Yeah,
her.
have it.
I have. I'm getting some postcards that I'm going to hand out on the road and stuff like that. But yeah, a poster would be nicer, a vinyl thing to buy.
Yeah, because I'll give you an example. I buy a lot of movies on iTunes, but I don't feel like, and I own them, right? I technically own them, but I don't feel like
Then
they're
when you
like
have the
physical
DVDs.
copies of those
Oh, those are-
DVDs where I can hold it.
Mm-hmm.
Sierra Katow.
Perfect.
Get yours today. The name of the special again?
Funt.
Funt. Get a copy of Funt today on Amazon Prime.
Perfect.
SIERRAKATOW. Katow.
Yes.
Get yours today. Support the homie right here and support, okay? Was that easy to do? That was a part 2.
Amazing.
Are you satisfied?
Oh,
Do you
so
feel good about
satisfied.
it?
Yeah.
Was it thorough?
It was thorough. It was so good. And
It was?
Thank you for
Yeah,
bringing up the
anytime.
special and
Anytime.
scenarios, preparing me for
And
the
we're going to
worst.
have Lucy Kang and
on next.
on next.
Ooh, be careful of her.
I know.
She's a wily one.
You might see her, you may not. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Steebee Weebee Show. Please support the platform by going to patreon.com/SteebeeWeebee. If you want to send, I still have a P.O. box. It's been kind of light lately, so please send stuff to 1425 North Cherokee Avenue, P.O. Box 1391, LA, California 90093. I'm also on Twitch, y'all. I just got affiliated. Okay?
shit.
I'm on there. I'm streaming almost every freaking day or night. Okay? Go to twitchtv.com/SteebeeWeebee. I'm on there, and I'm going to slowly learn more about it. I'm going to get the Elgato, and the quality's going to get better because I'm just streaming using the Xbox Series X right now with just a webcam. That's all I have. So I'm going to just be patient with me, and it's going to get better. twitchtv.com/SteebeeWeebee. Get a copy of her special today. Buy it. Don't rent it. Buy it.
Own it.
Own it. Don't rent it. Spend the extra $8 to $10 and own the copy.
Hell yeah.
So,
That was amazing.
Are you okay with that?
Oh, I'm super okay with that. More than okay with that.
I mean, was it?
That was good. That was hard. Yeah.
Hiding in the crevices, in the coral premises. Am I Neverland like Peter Pan, checking messages? I feel like a kid. It's the way that you grow when you let them go. On the edge of plateaus when they push you, fall so low. I'm a silhouette that you'll forget, a shadow in the dark. I'm a millisecond part of deck that shuffle with the cards. I'm a vortice to heart, like a monk upon the ledge, and I'm trying to do my part before departing.